Good vibes only to all you out there in the land of crypto. Welcome to another episode of Macro Crypto. Today, we'll be making our case for a bullish push for the year 2022, but also discussing that macro view, that long-term view for the world computer, the oil that runs the machine, giving you a price prediction into Ether for the year 2030, how we view this playing out, and why we have so much conviction on a weekly basis, every single Tuesday, into Ether or Ethereum. Remember, none of this information is financial advice. Like ever, we're just here for pure entertainment purposes only. Get as many perspectives as you can to help make the best decision for you and your portfolio. But if you do enjoy this content, though, give us a like, subscribe, head over to that Twitter page at Macro Crypto Club. Give us a follow, like always. Link will be down in the description. Let's look at the weekly hike and ashy candles through the eyes of Ethereum. Current price, we've had a little positive price action, is above $2,600. Let's see where this goes from here, right? So in previous videos, we've discussed where we think Ethereum's going to head into the future because we've had a double peak. Potentially, maybe you saw a double peak back in 2017. Then we had a blow off top. We're predicting very specifically, if it's on the dot, that'd just be insane. Please don't take any of this as pure advice and trade because of the TA that we're giving you. It's awful TA. But regardless, we're making the prediction that May 17th that you're going to see the extension of a new all-time high and it go into larger gains, of course. Now, the reason why this has a little bit of holes into it, of course, because we're currently below the bull market support band, which that did not happen back in 2017. But that brings us back to 2016 to 2017. We had a lot of sideways movement. Hat tip to you, Benjamin Cohen, like always, leading me to this. We've had a lot of sideways action between the range of 2,000 to 4,000 within this past year. So do we dip below the bull market support band just like we currently are before we make those massive gains for 2022? Now, how does that play out for the rest of the year? Obviously, we don't know, but it's always nice to predict and guess. But if we will be tracking this, we'll keep these crosshairs here for you. This is the May 16th, so right past this mark, here is our goal. Let's see how it plays out, and you'll be able to kind of check in with us on a weekly basis into both Ethereum as well as our conviction for this blockchain. So let's head into some of the news on why we think this is going to play out this way, is because ultimately Ethereum 2.0, the beacon chain, is going to be rolling out within the next couple months, whether that's mid-April, maybe May, okay? How that's going to affect, obviously, if it is a success, there's no errors or issues with the rollout, sky's the limit, things, all of a sudden market changes, money starts flowing back into Ether. It's huge potential for the blockchain of Ethereum. So do want to point that out, that Ethereum 2.0 is scheduled to launch sometime in quarter 2 of 2022. Also, how much Ethereum, this is why it's so decentralized, is the number of active validators on the beacon chain itself is over 300,000, okay? In order to do that, you need to have 32 ETH, and that means that we have 10 million Ether staked on the beacon chain currently. Just insane. Now, let's go ahead, dive into some long-term prediction models. FinTech has given us predictions before, but then they've been pulled back some of their predictions recently. Previous predictions by 2030 have given us a $50,000 ETH, but recently, they pulled that back to 25,000 because they're scared of the governments and all of the regulations that are going around the world. So, in my prediction, we're only going to continue seeing that. It's not going to affect the price prediction by 2030 because that'll all be sorted out by then. Also, one of the individuals that we love to follow, Raul Paul, basically talked about this back in 2021, mind you. This was back in February, predicting a 20,000 ETH hitting this cycle. Now, if you view it as a lengthening cycle, this is still in play. We've talked about this in previous videos as well, that $20,000 is our viewpoint on understanding market peak potential and utilizing previous data that it is in Metcalfe's law that Ether is tracking against Bitcoin. Now, on an extended view, this is still holding true. So by May, if we're hitting, that new all-time high, carrying to 5, 6, 7,000 into the next couple months, and then eventually hitting 10,000, and then in a month and a half, skyrocketing 10 to 20, it's going to price action exactly to what Bitcoin did in 2017. So that's going to be something to be very useful. Someone that's a lot smarter than myself also pointing this out is kind of a use case. So just want to kind of keep an eye on that moving forward. And then Kathy Wood, we brought her up before, ARK Investor CEO, predicts that Ethereum will reach 20 million market cap by 2030. I will be fully on board with this. So this will basically put Ethereum between 170 to 180 per ETH by 2030. And you're telling me you can get in right now for an Ether at 2,500 or 2,600 that we just saw. So start stacking those GUI, all right? That small unit of Ether's GUI, as you can always see in gas. Eventually it'll just be a way when Ether gets to those types of prices. Just understand that we follow suit right along with this price prediction that the market cap will be 20 trillion for Ether alone, not just talking about the entire cryptocurrency market. So start stacking those Ether, okay? Now, reason why we believe in this type of model, these types of predictions, and they're so far out there, or you're thinking, oh man, how are we really going to get 75x from here by 2030? Yeah, you're not going to miss it. You might try to think, oh, I want 100x for these shit coins out here in a month time frame. Yeah, then you're also going to get wrecked at the end of the day. Most of us would if doing that. But right now, you can find yourself just continuously stacking ETH on a weekly basis. All right, or GUI, I should say, along with your Bitcoin, of course. So however you want to play your portfolio, how much you want to allocate into Bitcoin or Ether, that's all up to you. But we're just here recommending it. The reason why is because of data. If you haven't, or if you've been living under a rock, guess what? Data is the new commodity, or number one commodity in the entire world. Everybody wants data. So Ethereum brings it back to the user, but also allows companies and different platforms to utilize data to everyone's potential and to ultimately maximize the data that's on the blockchain. So this is massive. You think about the platforms that are most successful with the data, like Facebook and LinkedIn and other social media platforms, but also you think about Google and Amazon, how successful they are. Well, if you're talking about a platform like Ethereum and all it does is collect data, let's put 2 and 2 together, okay? So this is the main reason why we're so bullish on Ethereum as a data collector. Data is now the world's most valued commodity. Here's how you can own yours. Data is now more valuable commodity on Earth, surpassing fossil fuels like oil. Kind of ironic that they're talking about oil, and Ether is kind of being compared as a digital form of oil that runs the entire world computer that is Ethereum. Big data covertly collects, sells, and uses our data against us. So this unlocks our data potential by control back to your own hands. So how you can also do that is through the Brave network. If you haven't heard about it, I utilize the Brave network. Of course, I use some other browsers as well, like Chrome, but Brave is amazing. I recommend going and downloading it, checking it out for yourself. You can earn BAT tokens. It's basic attention tokens through the Ethereum network. If you go and watch YouTube on the Brave network, you will notice there is no ads. Simply put, no ads can be found on BAT. As long as you can change that, you can change it to show ads, or if you go to your favorite website that usually has ads on the side, those are removed, and you can go just check that out for yourself. I just highly recommend utilizing that. You can also attach MetaMask, very similar to using Chrome. I've never had issues with OpenSea or anything through Brave, so go look into it for yourself. Also want to talk about the APIs, which are basically the endpoints that connect data storage opportunities for everybody, whether that's through IPFS. If you have never heard of IPFS, it's what is a lot of individuals use for storing collections through NFTs. But APIs for a vibrant, decentralized future. This is also through Ethereum. Understand it's the graph, and this is part of that data collection. It all comes full circle. And then two other things that are super bullish in regards to Ethereum. It's the number one DeFi space. It's also funny that Solana is advertising on DeFi Pulse here. But when you scroll down, Ether controls all of the lending platforms, the DEXs, derivatives, payments, and assets. If there's others that are kind of on there, it's Polygon, which is a layer 2 on Ethereum. So just kind of a huge play. And the reason why Ethereum is worth so much as it is because of DeFi. And lastly, Solana and some other platforms like Polkadot as well have big plays in the NFT space and building out metaverse play to earn games, but still it's kind of viewed as the Louis Vuitton of all blockchains. Ethereum houses all the NFTs that are special and dear to everybody's hearts. So do want to just kind of throw that out there. All of these things rolled up into one. You can easily see a price of Ether reaching 170, 180,000 by the year 2030. Keep that in mind on where you want to allocate your funds. It's just a recommendation to open your mind to a perspective in a macro view and stop thinking short term. No matter where the ebbs and flows go, try to think where this price could potentially go later on and build out your portfolio through a macro state of mind. Okay, so that's enough of me rambling on. I hope everyone enjoyed this content. Throw some comments in the content or throw some comments in the section below. Let me know what you all think. I appreciate your time today. Till next time, everyone. Peace.